Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is...
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Atlanta Falcons and the Seattle Seahawks. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Check out.
Luck on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Luck. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Devin Bush came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Third and long, it's Luck. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. He was locked in. 2 trips to the end zone, Charles, over 100 yards receiving.
How about the combination of route running, confidence going downfield, and the ability to go up and get the football? You're exactly right. It was hard for them to stop him.
Here's Watson. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now a man open down the middle of the field. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. He's at the 30. Touchdown, Falcons. Devin Singletary, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Let's go,
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. To throw is Watson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. A 9-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to air one out. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is fielded at the 7.
We got this.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Watson, he's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Watson. To throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using...
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Oh, good move. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
On 1st and 10, Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. This will be caught by Brown. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The first defensive back taken in this year's draft, Darnell Savage there to knock that one away.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this...
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. Becoming just the 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 21-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. Now the second down throw on target. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. Merritt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Luck now. 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. A throw over the middle, taken in. And the ball is knocked out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone. This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York taking a look at the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Marquise Brown. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He saw